Hello and thanks for watching another PDI training video. So today we're going to be covering the parallel park. So the PDI will be delivering a lesson on the parallel park to their pupil. The pupil will be played by me, the trainer. And in terms of the pupil's experience, this will be their first attempt at having a go at the parallel park. Previous experience, they've done the Bay Park already the week before, so they're going to have some transferable skills on how to do a manoeuvre in, for example, coordination of controls, all-round effective observation and accuracy. So they've done the Bay Park, but they've not done the parallel park. In terms of the PDI, this is their first attempt at delivering this lesson to the trainer. So they've been away studying, planning the lesson, putting this together, thinking about suitable locations, etc. And so throughout the video I'll pause it to give feedback to help you watching the video and of course the PDI in preparation for their part 3 exam. Okay, so let's get started. The PDI is now going to deliver a short briefing to the pupil on how to do the manoeuvre.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So how'd your last lesson go? Do you remember what you did?
Yeah, it's good. For part of the lesson we looked at the Bay Park, didn't we?
That's it, yeah.
That car park near the KFC, didn't we?
Yeah, how'd you get on with that?
Yeah, I like that. It was easier than I thought it'd be. I like you simplified the way to get in the bay, and I had those reference points. And
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, once I got that was like, yeah, that was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we got that quite good because we broke it down into little sections.
Yeah.
Rather than do it as a whole big manoeuvre, made it a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
And the reference points. And today we're going to be doing something similar.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing another form of parking. Do you know what it is? Another
well,
manoeuvre?
You said we were going to look at parallel parking, didn't you?
That's it. Yeah.
Well, you said it this morning when you picked me up,
and
last week you said we'd be looking at the other parking on the road.
That's it. Yeah.
Thing.
So we're pulled up in a little spot here, and the vehicle we're going to be using for the parallel park is the one in front of us.
Got it.
So the aim is to park pretty much back here where we are.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's imagine it on here. So if I put the car there.
Okay.
So that's that parked car.
Got it.
We'll be the red one.
All right. Yeah.
So we're here.
Oh, can we be the blue one?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Alright, don't want to be Arsenal. No, seriously, we don't want to be Arsenal. Yeah, I'm happy now. Cheers.
Right, so we're the blue car now, yeah?
Alright, yeah.
And that's the car in front of us. Well, we'll turn it round.
Yeah.
Makes it exactly the same.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So what our aim is to park in this, back where we are, about here.
Yeah.
Reversing. Again, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think we'd reverse into this spot?
Why?
Yeah, let's pretend.
Pretend
we had a van here.
All right.
Okay. We're coming up the road. Do you think we'd be able to drive forwards into there very easily?
I don't think it'd fit in there. No.
No. What about backwards if we reversed in? Do you think we'd have more control?
Could you get in there?
If we went in forwards, we'd be very close to the front of that vehicle.
Would it? You'd be up the curb.
Yeah, you'd have to go up the curb and then backwards, forwards to try and get in.
Yeah, that don't look like okay.
Yeah, so with the with the reverse parallel park, what we're going to do is we'll go straight past the car.
Yeah.
We'll line up dead level with it.
Uh-huh.
How close do you think we need to be to it?
Don't know.
If you imagine your normal...
Close as that. It looks quite close.
That's it, yeah. What would be... If we were here, that's our normal driving position. Okay, why do we normally drive past a parked car quite far away?
Okay, so open the door.
Yeah, or someone could step out between the cars. Yep.
Yeah.
But with what do you think would happen if we stayed out too far and started the manoeuvre? Do you think what about if a car came?
What am I trying to do? You were trying to tell me how that would go in that hole.
Yeah. If I just explain that first, that'd be easier.
Yeah, because I'm getting a bit lost.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'd pull up beside the car.
Yeah.
We'd then reverse until the back headrests line up with the front of the car.
Don't go to that much detail yet.
Oh yeah.
Remember this, I'm our role. Remember thinking you won't fit in there, just
I'll
show me.
you how you get in.
Oh, and I'll be like, all right.
And then
now
go down to the,
the summary, the
Yeah.
overview.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be like, oh, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Then the nitty gritty, the how, and all the reference points.
Yeah.
That'll come. Got no reverse lights. That'll come later.
Yeah, okay.
So then, because I'm sort of on the edge of my seat,
Yeah.
waiting for the solution.
Yeah.
And then you've gone off into
Breaking it down all the way
into
through,
the
yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
And I just want the picture.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm back in roll.
Yeah,
Yes. So
so-
what are we doing?
In order to get in that bay, we'll reverse in, okay?
All right.
What we do is pull up beside the car,
Yeah.
we'll reverse,
Yeah.
turn, in backwards like that, and then straighten up.
Oh yeah.
And we'll
that
be in.
fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if we went in
Nice.
forwards, we'd obviously bump up the curb.
Oh yeah, because when my dad does reverses into spaces. My mum don't like doing it. She always tries to drive in.
Yeah.
So often she's like, she struggles to park sometimes.
Yeah.
She parks like about 10 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
She can't find a big
Yeah,
enough
because you've got to try and get a
space.
big enough space. Yeah.
Okay, that,
Yeah.
yeah, but does actually make sense why
Yeah.
you would do. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So back it in.
Yeah, so today, that is what we're going to be doing.
Okay,
We're backing
yeah.
it into the bay.
So what 2 cars are we going in between?
What we're going to do is we're going to imagine there's another car behind us.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know the distance we have between the... If we did have 2 parked vehicles, do you know the distance we need in between?
Well, it's got to be more than yours, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
So
do you
I
know
don't know.
exactly? Is it 1.5 times car lengths? So you need 1.5 times your car length to fit in the bay.
Oh yeah, so you got one in there and a bit of quarter.
Yeah, you end up...
quarter.
That's it, yeah.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
space
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
That
Yep.
makes, so anything less than that, forget it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, if you even manage to get in at all. And then obviously, if you manage to squeeze into a tiny spot, you then got to try and get out of it again. So it'd just be 1.5, makes it a lot easier. In your test, when you come to doing your test,
All right.
what they'll ask you to do is they'll have no vehicle behind.
All
They'll
right.
pull you up on the left,
Yeah.
reasonably close to the car, but enough space to get out.
Yeah.
They'll then tell you to perform the parallel park with using the car in front of us. Okay.
Right.
And they want you to stop within 2 car lengths. So once you're in the spot, you can keep going backwards, and they want you to stop within 2 car lengths. So 2 car lengths would be
Oh, I see.
1 there, 2 there. So as long as you're stopped by the time you get here,
Oh, so I get a bigger than 1.5.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're not that bad then.
No,
Hmm.
as long as you can get the car nice and straight.
Okay, yeah.
How close to the curb do you think you should need to be?
Well, like that.
That's it.
Like
Yeah.
in, close. You
Yeah.
don't want to be sticking out, do you?
No, no, and you want to be parallel as well.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to have one side sticking out further than the
Yeah,
other.
well, yeah, you just see my mum part.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that. She might
Yeah.
watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they aim for is they want you to be within a drain width distance from the curb. So there's drains on this picture. So if you look at that drain, as long as you're within that distance,
Oh right.
you'll
yeah.
be fine. Because otherwise
Well,
it'd be too
trains
far
like
out.
that, innit?
That's it. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, you wouldn't really want to be out further than that. would you?
No. No.
Okay, yeah, that
Yep.
makes sense. So you want to be sort of close, parallel, and within the 2
2 car lengths.
car spaces.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's what they want you to do on your test.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to break it down for you. We'll go into each step, and I'll show you how to do it.
All right. Yeah.
So what it is, we're here at the minute.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, once we start the manoeuvre, we'll pull out beside that car and we'll line ourselves up dead level with it, beside it, like this.
Yeah.
Now, how close do you think we need to be to the car?
Door width. That's what we normally do, isn't it?
Yeah, door width would be to drive past the car.
All right.
What do you think would happen if we were a door width away from the car? What do you think would happen when we start to turn?
Don't know.
We're going to be right out onto the other side of the road because we're a bit too
What
far
do you
away.
mean?
If we were really close to the car, as we turn, we're not disrupting too much, so cars could still get
Oh,
around
do you mean
us.
the front swings out?
Front swings out, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If we were really far away from the car, the front's going to swing right
you'd
out.
swing out
That's
maybe into the other cars on the other side, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then
Or up the curb or something.
that's it, yeah. So we want to be as close as we can to it. It'll
Okay.
also help us getting into the bay into the parking spot a lot easier.
I suppose if I was tucked over and the car come past, they'd be able to get past me, wouldn't they?
That's it. Yeah. If we start this manoeuvre, and as we pull up beside that car,
Yeah.
if we do get a vehicle come, what would be a
Yeah.
good idea to do? To let them know that you're not going to move.
Don't know, just get on with it, get out of the way. Just, I don't know. Or I don't know what you do. Go for. I don't know what you. Yeah, that's a good
What
point.
you could do is, what about a signal? If you
Oh
signal,
right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, something as simple as that. All
yeah,
right,
if we pop a signal on left, we can then just check to see what they're going to do, because they might just decide, you know, I'm not waiting for that. I'm going.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
just go straight past.
Okay.
Yeah. What other signal could we use? What about once we put it in reverse? What signal would a car from behind see?
Oh, the reverse lights.
That's it. Yeah. So the reverse lights will come on. That way, if we do have a vehicle behind us, and they're waiting, they then know we're coming backwards and we're going into here because we've got a signal on and the reverse
yeah.
lights are on.
Yeah, you told us about the reverse lights
Yeah.
last week. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so to get in the bay, we've now pulled up beside the car, nice and close to the car.
Uh huh.
How do you think we're going to know when to turn? So we're at the minute we're reversing backwards really slowly.
Don't no idea.
No idea. Nope. Well, we're going to use a little reference point. What it's going to be is the headrests on the back seats.
The back head, not your one.
Not my one. The ones on the back seats. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Once they're in line with the front of that car, so once they're dead in line with the front of the car,
Yeah.
that's when we'll start to turn. Okay, so we'll imagine the headrest is probably about here in the car.
Yeah.
So about there,
I see.
we'll then turn. Okay.
Yeah.
What that'll give us, keep us nice and close to the car when we get in the bay, without hitting the car or being too far away. I don't know what that was.
Oh, someone's put something in the bin, mate. Maybe look.
Okay. Once we turn, how far do you think we're going to turn?
How far?
Yeah. What kind of angle
Well,
do you think would be best? What we'll do is a 45-degree angle.
all right.
Okay, so we'll try and judge that ourselves. If we went, if we didn't go, let's just say we did a smaller angle, say we didn't quite go 45, what do you think that's going to affect? Are we going to end up further away from that parked car in the bay?
You'll end up,
yeah,
if it's a shallow angle, you're going to be coming back. You'll
a
end up
lot
back
more
here, wouldn't you?
before we end up turning, yeah.
Oh, I see. So if you want to get to 45 to get in the bay,
That's
otherwise
it.
you'd be
Yeah,
3 car lengths
That's
out
it,
or
yeah.
something. Oh, right, okay,
and
yeah.
if we over angle it, say we did that angle, what do you think's going to happen then?
Well, then you'd go in like that. You'd go in like that.
Yeah.
Well, we went on holiday to France, and they had these little smart cars, and because they're so short, people would back in between 2 parked cars.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it over here yet.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on holiday actually, little smart cars, yeah.
Yeah. How would you get in if 2 cars parked up close? How would you get in? You went over your doors.
No.
You have to jump in the boot.
Jump in the boot, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to go 90 degrees, do I?
No, you'll never be able to swing the front back in.
Yeah,
The
okay.
idea is we need to be able to swing the front back
So
in.
45, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
In your left mirror, you should then hopefully be able to see the curb.
All right, like
Okay.
I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
You'll be able to see the curb here.
Okay. Yeah.
This is going to be another reference point, so when we know when to swing the car back in.
All right. Okay.
So as we come back,
Yeah.
you'll see the curb slowly start to disappear in that mirror.
All right.
Once it completely disappears,
Yeah.
we'll start steering the other way,
Okay.
and we'll steer back in, and we should end up reasonably close to this parked car
All right. Okay.
and in the bay.
Ah.
Once we can see that we're parallel with the curb,
Yeah.
roughly
Like,
judge
I'm,
that.
I'm parallel now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well,
Then-
actually, I'm not quite. I'm a bit. I think my back's a bit further out than my front.
Oh, yeah?
'cause it looks. It's not straight. My side of my
Yeah.
car and the curb are just slightly off,
Yeah.
parallel. But would that be all right if I was like slightly off? Does it have to be like? Don't have to be.
Don't have to be
dead,
dead on.
parallel, does
No,
it?
no. As long as you're.
So I'd be all right
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. If you've got the back of the car and the front of the car within drain width,
Oh, okay.
that's fine. If
Oh, right,
the back's
yeah.
further than the drain width,
Oh,
the
yeah,
front
that-
is, then that'd be out.
That makes, so if your
Yeah.
back was like sticking in the
Sticking
road,
right
that'd
out,
be
yeah,
bad,
that's
wouldn't
bad,
it?
yeah. Or
Makes sense.
same on the path. You don't want it on the path either.
Oh, well, they do. Oh, then what about that?
Yeah, are you allowed to do that?
Well, my dad does.
Not actually allowed to do that. Park on the pavement.
Really?
Yep.
But loads of people do that.
I know, yeah. There's absolutely loads around here, parked on the path.
Right. Okay, well, that's something. But they, yeah, just see people do it all the time, don't you?
That's it, yep.
Okay.
Are you happy with how to get in a bay? Do you know, with the controls, do you remember the 3 key skills we used with the bay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god, that was observation.
Yep.
Accuracy.
Yep.
That was on my reference points when it trying to get in.
Yep.
And I forgot the other one.
Remember using the clutch and the brake?
Oh, control.
That's it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to use all them again today. The accuracy obviously is going to be trying to get parallel to the curb and within 2 car lengths. The control, if you look at the road, you can see the camber of the road. On a typical road, if we parked at the curb would be beside us.
Okay, so let's review the briefing there. First thing that was really noticeable, the briefing was just too long. At 15 minutes, that's far too long to have the people sat there while you're explaining it. And we'll go through some ways how we can shorten that. I like the way the PDI started by asking the people how they felt about their lesson last week and what they did. And they did touch on the key skills. And using reference points, for example. So what we need to do, just to make this briefing shorter, we just need to make things a lot clearer. So we need to be very clear on what the goal, the objective of the lesson is. To reverse the car in between 2 parked cars on the left, finishing reasonably close to the curb and reasonably parallel. And that's all it would take, as long as that, on a visual aid, what we're going to do. So we've got a very specific goal. Then we can use the key skills to break that goal down into smart objectives by talking about observations being all-round effective. We can talk about the coordination and control and how we're going to manage the control of the car using the clutch, using the brake, the steering together. And then, of course, the accuracy. This briefing is focused mostly around the accuracy because the pupil hasn't done it before, and they're going to need some steps, some guidelines to follow in order for them to achieve the objective of parking in the space. The PDI did a great job at setting clear goals in terms of accuracy for the manoeuvre. We just need to get that in earlier in the lesson at the top of the briefing. Once we've set those objectives and we've broken the manoeuvre down into specific chunks, then we can agree with the pupil the level of help, the level of instruction they're going to get from the instructor. So, for example, the observations, depending on how well they did last week, responsibility for observations could be given to the pupil. And then if they fall short of the standard or it's not safe, then of course the instructor would intervene. And you could do that across each section. So your observations, as we said, the coordination and controls, review how they did last week, what went well, what didn't go so well, what level of help that the instructor will provide, and then of course onto the accuracy. This is the main event of this manoeuvre. This is where the pupil who hasn't done it before, who's got no previous knowledge or experience of doing this, will need more help from the instructor to achieve it on the first attempt. And then moving on to the second, third attempts, more responsibility for the accuracy could be handed over so that the goal is achieved. And we'd really be looking to have this goal achieved within 20 minutes of the lesson. So using 15 minutes on a briefing is just not really good use of the time, and your pupil is going to switch off and maybe get a little bit bored and just want to crack on, because learning takes place by doing. The instructor needs to make sure that they pitch the instruction at the correct level for the pupil. During the briefing, the pupil got a little bit lost and confused, and some of the questions were just a bit above what they knew, so they were guessing, and it was slightly undermining them. So if the pupil doesn't know, just tell them, be clear and tell them what you want to do and why. Yes, ask questions, but be aware if your pupil's struggling, you need to lower the bar, make it a little bit easier. Another way you could do that, if you're asking a question they're struggling, maybe split it into a multiple choice. So say, well, do you think it's 2 car lengths or 1.5 car lengths, and why? So you simplify. The pupil is just struggling a little. This would be viewed as under instruction. So we need to know at that given moment in time when to be more directive and help the pupil. Tell them what to do, get the briefing done, let's get on and do it. I like the way the PDI answered questions coming from the pupil, but just make sure you cover the whys. You are giving the answers, but why is that important? Instructors need to make sure that they answer all the questions and queries raised by the pupil. The pupil wasn't sure about the rules on parking on footpaths because they see so many other people doing it. The instructor has said that you can't do it, but there was no why. This is where the learning will take place. The pupil needs to understand that, because what's going to happen once they've passed their test and they do this? Do they realise they're inconveniencing disabled people, mothers with prams, etc.? Okay, so briefing done. The PDI is going to get on with the practical part of the lesson.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to we'll pull up beside that car, reasonably close, and once you're dead level with it, we'll stop, okay, and get ready to do the manoeuvre. Are you happy with judging getting beside that car, nice and easy?
So just with it, don't go
just,
past
just
it,
level with the car,
just stop alongside it.
Yeah,
That's
and easy.
Enough, yeah, okay, no worries.
A lot closer than that would be a bit better, yeah. We want to be like on the little picture, nice and close to the car.
What do I do?
If you just reverse it back again.
There's a car behind. I'll go back where I've come from?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Should I look?
Yeah.
Oh god. So yeah, what am I doing?
We need to pull up nice and close to the car. So dead parallel with the car.
Okay.
If we go nice and slow.
I just come out of roll.
Yep.
How did you feel about that little bit? Were you in control of me at that point? Did you think, oh my god, what's he doing?
Yeah, I did.
It's gone really wide, and he
Yeah.
didn't want me to see that at all,
No,
did you?
no.
So really just, if you think I'm going, just hang on, well, hang on, where are you going? I want you tight, stop, steer, get over here.
Yeah.
You know, with the Bay Park, if I was going off the rails, you'd be like, stop,
Yeah. Yeah.
get over there, I want you much closer. So then I don't plonk it slap bang in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
You just know, as soon as I do that, a car's going to come up behind, and now the road is blocked.
Yeah.
And, you're like, and then I go, then you say reverse, and I do. Simon says reverse, I reverse.
Yeah.
And I've not. So now,
Yeah.
you're like, do you know what? This ain't going well.
No.
Okay, so we had a conversation about how to prevent these safety critical incidents from happening. The PDI just needs to be in much more control of the pupil. So with regards positioning the car, just step in and take control. And with regards to reversing without effective observations, that just shouldn't happen. That should be prevented. Because if you think of the situation, there were lots of kids on bikes on their way to school. There was a car waiting behind. So control first, educate second. Okay, so let's have another go at the parallel park, and we're pretending here this is the first attempt.
There is no one behind. How am I going?
Okay, if we come a little bit left, keep it nice and close.
Yeah. What, like that?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Straighten up
Yeah.
and stop.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you happy with dead level?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're close, yeah.
Okay. So remember, this we'll put handbrake neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to reverse. As we reverse, once we've got the back headrests lined up with the front of the car, we'll start to turn to a 45-degree angle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you make sure you look all the way around. If we
The car.
pop a left signal on, we'll let them go past. Before the front of the car swings out, we've also got to look over our right shoulder to make sure there's nothing.
Just get me to the point first.
Oh, and then stop again. Yeah.
Because I'll be like, what? Look there, no, look
Yeah.
there. I'll be looking in the wrong place. So just walk me through it. Just say how. Just get to your. Yeah, look around. Get to your point of turn.
Okay. So once the headrests are lined up at the front of the car, if you stop again.
Oh, that's about there.
Yep. So stop there. Yep. That's it. Okay. Now we're
now
going to
take your look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy?
Yep. That looks about right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What we'll do now is we'll start to turn. Before you turn, if you look in your right mirror and look over your right shoulder, just make sure there's nothing there for when we swing. Okay. Remember,
no
joy steering. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Behind.
So we'll start going again and turn. Once you get it to 45-degree angle.
Do I go full lock or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you're at a 45-degree angle, if you come to a stop, just be aware of that cyclist.
Oh yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now if we keep going, you see the
Keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. Now straighten up the steering and watch the curb. Once the curb disappears,
it's disappeared now.
Yeah. Now start turning the other way.
The front won't it, will it?
If you bring the bite up a little bit more. No, that you're fine there.
All right. Oh God. All right.
Okay, once we're parallel, you start to straighten the steering. Just bump the curb there.
Did I?
I think so.
Oh. What do I do?
Was that the reference point wrong slightly?
Stay and roll because I'm still in gear and
Yep.
I might just bring the clutch up in a minute if you don't control me.
Okay, what we'll do, if you put handbrake neutral, and we'll come off there.
Okay.
Okay, so what's happened there is we've bumped the curb a little bit with the back wheel.
Just come out and roll.
Yep.
Just a sec.
Okay, so the manoeuvre's done and the PDI has started by telling the pupil the mistake that they've made, which from a pupil point of view that could be quite demoralising and it's quite negative, and we don't want to do that. We want to encourage our pupils to reflect on what they've done and get better. So what the PDI needs to do is encourage the pupil to self-reflect. Ask the questions: what do you think went well? What didn't go so well? What would you need to do differently to make that better? And if we break down the goal of parallel park into our 3 key skills, we could break that down further using our SMART objectives. So we could say, well, let's talk about what went well. What do you think about your observations? Were they all round and effective? What would you give yourself out of 10, for example? How do you feel with the control? And then, the fault that has been correctly identified by the instructor as an accuracy fault, then ask the pupil, how do you feel you got on with your accuracy? Again, focus on what went well. Say, well, are you parallel? Are you within 2 car lengths? How far from the curb do you think you are? Oh, do you know what? I think I might have touched it. Okay, yes, you have. What would you need to do differently? And then we can get some buy-in from the pupil and get the pupil to reflect and think about how they could solve that problem. Maybe show them the visual aid and say, well, if you touch the curb, how do you position your car differently? Well, maybe I need to steer a little bit earlier. Okay, so how are we going to do that? How will we recognise when we're there? Do you want me to help you identify that second point of turn?
That attempt, she had much more control on me. You know, got me to put the left signal on.
Yep.
Sort of aware of the cyclist.
Yep.
You know, I put my window down there, didn't I, and just put my hand up.
Yep.
We could, you know, you can encourage me to do these things, like at the start, say, well, Howard, get your window down so you can hear.
Yep.
And you might say, look, Howard, just stop, look over your shoulder, and make eye contact with the cyclist. Yeah. Good. So now he knows you've seen him. That's good. And they'll probably just say thanks. He didn't say that, but he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to spend a couple of minutes just helping the PDI with the accuracy side of the manoeuvre. So out of roll, I've agreed to walk him through the manoeuvre to help him identify the points of turn and get his own instructor reference points.
There. We're good there, yeah?
Yep, that's it.
So I'm going to reverse back to the point of turn. Now that made sense because I looked,
yep,
and I could see through the back window, and I would say, like, I had to guesstimate, and I stopped there, didn't I?
Yep.
Where I've stopped here, this BMW can now go through, so I can just say thank you, and he's got room.
Yep.
So that's done you a favour. Where I was before is like, no.
Nope.
So that takes a bit of pressure off.
Yep.
And just so you know what I can see here, apart from my back seat appears to be just past, I level this car. In that mirror, I can see is the court on that side, about that much of his car, just in that court mirror.
Oh yeah.
If I when I started, I couldn't see him. When I was level, I couldn't see him, and I come back, he just appeared in. So that could be another way of judging it. I think, oh, I can see the silver car now in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's another good way of judging point of turn.
Yeah.
You know. So that's that.
Yep.
So that's two ways you can do it. And then once you because you'll be watching me to make sure I'm looking at that. Yeah, you're gonna have a little look, make sure it's safe once I've looked. But once I get to that point there, then you can say, right, I have just stop there, Howard. Then you look and say, yeah, that's good, well done, spot on. Remember that for next time. So now I've got a way of doing that.
Yeah.
Then I look, as you didn't like it. Then I look and steer, and it's like, we'll do a whole steer or a full lock. Say, I'd be more specific. Just make sure it does steer, whole lock, whatever you want me to do, full lock. For the angle, stop, and at that point, yeah, I can see the curb. Remember to take the steers off, which you did.
Yeah.
And now the most important bit is coming back in. Where did you get me to stop before? Did you say?
Back here, yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit closer because I can still see the curb. So at this point, if we try that and come in. We'll see if that just does it. There, look at that.
Yeah.
So we come around there. I can now see the curb. As we come parallel, the wheels go straight. Boom.
Yep.
And that's a good little thing. So if you have a look at the gap now, we're probably, you know, well, you can tell me what it is.
That's a lot better.
So good. So we're within the distance. So that would work, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to go half out. Because that car was waiting, I sort of just wanted to get out this way. So we're just going to get you a reference on how you can judge that point to sort of tell me.
Yeah.
So you're going to get your instructor's reference point. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to go out the 45. Put the wheels straight. That's where I was. So here, if you told me to steer now, we'd be miles from the curb, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you feel?
Yep.
If we come in too deep, I'm going to go in too deep now.
Yep.
We're going to hit the curb, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, I'll go back out again. So, I'm just going to share with you how I judge this, and it might translate to it might work. So, that silver car, if you were stood in the road now, if that silver car drove past, that would miss you, wouldn't it? You wouldn't get run over by that silver car.
No.
And when I put you there, you're going to get run over by that silver car,
yeah.
Yeah. So the way I do it when I sit there is if I imagine that silver car would just brush my left shoulder, I think that's the point of turn. That's how I just I've worked it out.
Yeah.
So let's see if it works for you. So I'm going to go out. So at this point the car would just miss you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you just get it so it's just going to, that door mirror would just smack you in the shoulder.
Yeah. There.
Like that?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
So what does your gut tell you now? Is this right or wrong, or can we go a bit more? What's your gut feeling on it? Because you're very close, you're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
so that's how I think. We'll stop there. That's where I say stop. And then probably go a little bit more. Just there now, the front of the car is going to brush you in it.
That's it, yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah.
So if we do that, let's just see how we do. come around like that. And now look. So now look, might be aware that pedestrian before you go in there.
Oh yeah, that's even better. Yep.
So that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the PDI is going to have another practice run at this. So let's just assume that it's the pupil's first go and they're having full help from the instructor. Have a watch, see what you think. Maybe there's things you can see in the video that the PDI has done well. Maybe you can see some opportunities for development.
So now I've just got to wipe my memory, like I haven't done this before. I had my briefing.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go do it with your help, full talk through. So it says when you're ready, yeah.
Yep. Okay, Howard. So what we'll do is we'll pull up beside that car, nice and close to it.
Yeah.
Beside it. Once you get level with it, we'll stop.
Good. Better. Much better now on your observations. Right here.
That's it. Lovely. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What we'll do now is we'll reverse the car. If you handbrake neutral.
Yeah.
We'll reverse the car. Once you get the headrests, back headrests, in line with the front of the car, stop.
What's that? It's there.
Yep, that'll do.
Is that alright?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. If you pop a left signal on.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do now is handbrake neutral again. Oh, we're already in reverse.
Yeah, I'd leave them in gear so reverse lights stay on.
Stay on.
If there was someone behind.
Yeah. Okay, what we'll do now is as you start to reverse, we'll turn the steering full lock. Okay, get to a 45-degree angle. Yeah, to the left.
Lady behind.
Once you get to a 45-degree angle, if you stop.
Oh, should I stop for this part?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be springing out, wouldn't I?
That's it. Good.
There? 45? I'd say that's good.
Yeah, it's about 45. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Now we'll straighten up the steering and go backwards as straight as we can.
Squeaky, innit?
If you remember dry steering, don't dry steer.
Oh,
Got a big move and steer.
Alright, yeah. It's alright.
Yeah. Okay, so if we start going backwards now.
So
Look for the curb in your left mirror.
Yeah.
Look for the curb in that mirror.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see the curb and the yellow lines at the minute.
Yeah, okay. Can you still see the curb? If you now start steering the other way.
Just tell me to stop.
Stop.
Because get me a reference.
Oh yeah, get your reference. If you stop there.
Yeah.
Okay, how does it look in the mirror now?
Well, the yellow lines have disappeared. I can just see the tiny bit of the curb.
Yep, okay, so this is where we'll start
Right near the door handle.
Yep, this is where we'll start to steer the other way.
Oh,
But remember, don't steer until we start moving this time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, once the car's parallel, if you start to straighten the steering.
Parallel now. Oh, I did. Yeah, should have told me that.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure yet.
Yep, if you switch the engine off.
Yeah.
Yep, how do you think that went?
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I think
Yeah,
it went well.
yeah. Are we within 2 car lengths, do you think?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. What about how close to the curb do you think we are?
Not very. I'm sticking out. There's a gap in that mirror.
Yeah, there's a big gap, isn't there?
It's bigger than when we started.
Yeah, bigger than when we started. So what we could do
double what we started, I'd say.
Yeah. So what we could do is we could adjust that on the next one, and we'll slightly adjust the reference point in the mirror. So when we're at a 45-degree angle, if we come in a little bit further before we start to steer, we'll end up a lot closer to the curb then.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah,
Am I
everything else.
parallel?
Parallel, yeah, we're parallel, and we're within 2 car lengths, so that's all good.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, that's good, that.
Good. Come out, roll.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching as always. Please like if you did, subscribe for future content, and please let me know what you'd like me to cover next. Any hints on tips are always greatly appreciated in the comments. See you next time.